Hello everybody, welcome back to Mocking Gariana 3. It is Sunday, which means a new video, and today's video wasn't meant to be today. I was actually going to upload a what if video, or I was going to upload a Sims video, but just to, add to my problems that I've had this week, my what if video, there's no footage I can use for it because there's now no episodes of Lost and Found on YouTube, and that's where I was going to get my clips from. And then I couldn't do my Sims video because when I went to import the screen recording of The Sims, it's corrupted. But anyway, today's video is going to be my unpopular opinions video, but not mine, you guys. I asked you guys on my community tab what your unpopular opinions were, and I encouraged you to like thumbs up the ones that you agreed with and have little conversations and whatever. I had a total of 1.8 thousand replies to my post. It's weird because even if you sort from top rated, the one with the most thumbs up doesn't come up first and it doesn't go down. It's still random. I don't know how many I'll do. Yeah, we'll just keep going until I feel like I've filmed enough. Rochelle should be dance captain now that she has shown that she cares, like when she went to have a nice talk with Summer. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm going to be saying whether I agree with them, disagreeing, just talking about them each. I kind of agree, but I want to see more of a change from Michelle's personality, because when Dance Captain was initially decided in season 7, a lot of people were like, oh, Summer doesn't serve it, Summer gets everything handed to her. I honestly don't agree with that whatsoever. That might be an unpopular opinion or something, but I feel like Rochelle was a terrible candidate for Dance Captain in season 7 episode 3. She didn't let her dancers go for a water break, instead she took selfies with them. She wanted them all to dance like her. When she was asked who should be the alternate, she just said her group. She wasn't objective. Yeah, I felt like Summer or Kenzie deserved to get it. I didn't see a problem with that whatsoever. But in relation to that unpopular opinion, I understand where you're coming from because she showed a change, but I'd like to see more of a change from Rochelle. Heather is a poorly written character, and we already had a dancer that can't afford to dance, Chloe, and she made no impact on the storyline. There was no need for her. Yeah, I think it was just a bit of a recycled thing, to be honest. I don't feel like Heather brought much to the table. I liked how she was previously on a team that competed against them, but I felt like they could have gone into that a bit more rather than the money side. It would have been nice if she kind of didn't want to dance to the next step because she was on a rival team or something like that. Davis was not relevant whatsoever. She had no plot. I agree. In season 4, I feel like Miss Kate was super harsh on Amanda. I mean, she has been with the team since season 2. All of her teammates are moving on, and when she gets the chance to audition for something, Miss Kate kicks her out of agent. I completely agree with this. The next step dancers are there to try and get themselves into professional careers, and when Miss Kate heard that Amanda had done exactly that and thought, maybe I should broaden my horizons, she kicked her off YouTube. That's not how it works. That's not how I think it should work anyway. I would have felt like if that was Eldon or someone, Miss Kate would have been a lot more understanding. I just think Miss Kate didn't like Amanda full stop, so she just treated her badly. I don't like the fact that the producers made Alfie a prince. I feel like that is so unrealistic and such a random thing to add to the show. I don't know how I really feel about that Alfie being a prince thing. Yeah, I think that was just a stupid plot, to be honest, because there's no relevance whatsoever. Nobody can relate to that. What's the percentage of relatability for that plot? There's none, is there? Alfie shouldn't have been a prince. He could have just lived in Switzerland. Yeah, maybe he could have just been a runaway or something and had problems with his parents, because that would have been quite a deep storyline. It was him being a prince that made it unrealistic. Cleo is underrated. Sure, she's doing terrible things, but everyone's asking for original characters and storylines on TNS, and then we get on with Cleo, everyone hates it. Plus, the way they've written her will make a redemption arc for her, so it's worth it. I liked how she's a bit schemy and everything. We haven't really had that before, you're right with that, but I don't know, I feel like it was just a bit lackluster. That's the thing with Cleo. It's like no one cares because she doesn't have that much of an impact. So she moans about being an alternate, but we haven't really seen her enough or delved into her personality enough to want her to not be. So I think she just needed a bit more. I feel like Margie disappearing during her and Chloe's last dance was a good idea, but executed poorly. If it wasn't for all the glitter and sparkles, maybe they could have made it seem like she was always a real person, just that Chloe imagined most of the scenarios where she was there to help. That way it would explain all the scenes where she had with other people. Yes, I think that this would have been so much better if they'd maybe danced together and then Margie's mum comes and picks her up or something, because it just would have had a nice, it's just more realistic, isn't it? Because I like the fact that Margie was very wise for her age and she gave Chloe advice, but it just wasn't executed well. So yeah, I agree with that one. Hunter and Emily deserved better, and they were the true power couple of the next step. I agree completely. I spoke about this in my what if Hunt Millie stayed together. Yeah, I just think they should still be together to this day. I don't know how Miss Kate chose Nick to be an owner. He even admitted himself he doesn't know much about dance, terminology and choreography. Did they literally just ask like, so you're applying for the position of an owner from Absolute Dancers, twice regionals winner, once nationals winner and once internationals winner. So what do you know about competitive dancing and dance companies or studios? I don't really know much. I just like dance. Well, here's the contract. Yeah, I kind of agree. I'd like to know what made Kate choose him, because I do feel like Miss Kate would want to know it goes into good hands and that it's going to be treated well. Emily should have been the only one fired and not Michelle. I don't think any of them should have been fired. I feel like they just should have had a disciplinary. I don't feel like she should have kicked them out completely, because I feel like Kate's done worse. Under her management, Daniel got injured because he did the helicopter lift. Like, sure, he said he was ready and everything, but that was under her look over. Also, she tried to get Amanda kicked off the team just because she went to another audition. I feel that's bad. She let Riley run the studio with no qualifications whatsoever. So yeah, I don't feel like either of them should have been fired. Miss Kate is kind of a bad studio owner and inconsistent making decisions. Yes, agree. Alden and Riley had such an underrated friendship. To be honest, I don't really remember any Alden and Riley scenes, so I'm gonna say I disagree. I don't feel like it was underrated at all. I feel like it was just a neutral relationship, you know, they just were friends. Henry and Summer were boring and the whole relationship was useless. No, I do disagree. I don't think it was boring. I think it was natural and normal and pretty neutral. I feel like they acted the way that people normally act in relationships. You know, they're not always going to be at each other's throats or constantly doing exciting things. They were just really chill with each other. There was no drama. And yeah, they just enjoyed their time together, and I feel like that's normal. So I don't think it was not boring. You know, they were just nice together. I don't like how Amy is just dating in every season a million times. I feel like she needs to slow down and focus on important stuff like being a good dancer and focusing on everything instead of just dating over and over again. I just don't get why Amy's always dating someone. I don't understand. And if Amy dates Henry in 7B, I'm going to be absolutely like livid, really. I don't understand it. If she liked Finn genuinely, why would she want to get back with Henry so quickly? Yeah, Amy just needs to not date anyone, because I liked Amy in season 4 before she got with LaTroy. She was really bouncy and bubbly and happy, and since she started dating, she's gone downhill really, so I'd like her to return to that state. This whole dance mania thing is kind of ridiculous. They're supposed to be teens at a studio, not professional dancers. This defeats the whole point of a troupe if the whole troupe is professional. Also, they're building off Briar's success on World of Dance by adding a dance TV show. I disagree with the fact that they're not supposed to be professional dancers. That's what they're working towards, and Dance Mania is going to give them more opportunities to be professional dancers than Nationals probably would. But I do agree that there's too many similarities between World of Dance and Dance Mania. I feel like it has kind of just been very much inspired by Briar. I was listening to the season 7B soundtrack as well, and because we know that Rochelle dances to a Billie Eilish song that's not necessarily a Billie Eilish song, the song Control sounds exactly like Bury a Friend, and I just think it's way too similar. There's too many similarities. Yeah, I agree. Emily needs to be in season 7 more. It seems as if Nick, who only owns the studio and doesn't know about dance at all, is making all the big decisions for A Troupe. I agree. I feel like Nick should very much be in charge of the finances, and you know how in season 6 Emily was very much doing the business side and Michelle did like everything to do with the dancers. I feel like Nick should now have Emily's role, and Emily should have what Michelle's role was, because Emily's a studio head and Nick is the studio owner. TNS was a toxic area for Amanda. I agree. I feel like Amanda went to the next step and redeemed herself in season 3, because obviously season 2 she was a bad person, and since then it just never has treated her right. So I think it was toxic and she ultimately made the wrong decision. She maybe should have gone somewhere completely new and started afresh rather than going to the next step. Jackie shouldn't have left in season 6. I agree. The thing that always confuses me, and I always get it wrong in videos, I always say stuff about Noah and Jackie, but they broke up at the end of season 6, and I always forget this, because at the beginning of season 7, is it Rochelle? She says, oh, Jackie left shortly after Noah. But why would Jackie leave shortly after Noah if they're not together? Surely Jackie would then want to concentrate more on her dancing, and she'd probably want to get back on the top spot because she wouldn't have to worry about Noah anymore. So I felt like it was they could have written a better exit for her. Max was such a funny character and I wish he had gotten more interactions with the rest of the team. Honestly, I didn't find Max that funny. I just felt like he was there and he didn't really have a purpose, so I'm going to disagree with this one. But I understand where you're coming from. Riley wasn't a good fit for studio head. Miss Kate made a bad decision. Absolutely, she just wasn't qualified whatsoever, so I don't get why she was chosen. At least when Emily was chosen, she'd been to business school, and when Michelle was running her own troupe, it was within the next step, so she was still there monitoring them, kind of. Like, yeah. Michelle should have never been hired. I think if Miss Kate chose Emily, it's Emily and her decisions, and if Emily wanted to choose the dancers, she can. Imagine if in season 1 Miss Kate wasn't the studio owner and someone else was, and someone put another studio head to compete against her. Oh, so like Michelle shouldn't have been allowed to make TNS West, is that what you mean? Yeah, I guess I kind of agree. It was just overthrowing Emily, and I understand when they had their heated argument and Emily was like, I have to work for everything and then you always just take it all away from me. I didn't relate to her. I empathised with Emily for that because, yeah, she started her own team, and if she wants to have a fully technical team, then I guess that's what she can do because she was the studio head. So, yeah, I guess I do agree with that, actually. Amanda was a robbed queen. She was an alternate in her second last season, then wasn't even allowed to dance in the last dance of the 4th season. What was the alternate for if Amanda was the one who wasn't in the dance? I completely agree. I don't get why Amanda was taken off when Cassie was allowed to dance and Cassie was the alternate. So, yeah, I didn't get that. And I feel like Riley should have just said to Michelle, like, no, you're not dancing, and put her foot down. But Riley was very anxious all the time, and Riley had such a bad season in season 4. I do feel sorry for her. She just shouldn't have been made studio head, and then maybe Amanda would have got to dance.
Also, yes, I do think that Amanda was robbed because I would have loved her to have as much development as Emily did. Miss Kate treated her really badly in season 4, and in my opinion, Amanda lost her original fire and spark from when she was paired with Noah, really, because they showed a much softer side to her that, for me, seemed out of character.
This is more a jab at the writers, but A, Amy has had way too many boyfriends and seems to get over them way too easily. Yes, I agree. And B, while I love Finn and Piper, Piper would never have kissed Finn or told him about her feelings because she knows how much cheating hurts after seeing Riley cheat on her brother. See, when it comes to Piper and Finn, I feel like Piper did act very much in character before Finn kissed her. Like, I do feel like she would have told him her feelings because she was kind of pressured into it. Like, he guessed that she liked him, and Amy pretty much knew as well. So I feel like she would have confided in Finn because they are really close and best friends. I just feel like they've gone about this whole thing the wrong way. I feel like Amy and Finn shouldn't have started dating. It should have just been maybe, just let them get together naturally and with no cheating and stuff. I'm just hoping that it doesn't drag on for too long and they don't do any more things behind Amy's back. Do you know what I mean? Riley is underrated as a dancer. The spotlight has never been on her despite the number of dances she's been in. I feel like her dancing skills went underappreciated. I absolutely agree. Riley's one of my favourite contemporary dancers. I love how she's not very like big on tricks or anything. She just flows through the movement, and she's very much, I don't know, I just do really like Riley's dancing. I would have loved more extended dances from Riley. I don't feel like we had that many really, and I would have loved to see her do her international solo. So if anything, I would have liked to see Riley just go out there and improvise instead of letting Giselle go out instead of her. Riley didn't prove that she was loyal to James when she kissed Alfie. She just ran back to him, but James had to go through a whole list of hard tasks for Riley. I absolutely agree. I fully didn't understand why James took her back so easily. I know that he loves her, but I feel like they should have just ended Riley there. It was so toxic. Noah and Piper had a cute friendship and deserved more screen time. I really like Noah and Piper. Yeah, I would have loved to see them have more screen time together. I dislike Miss Kate a lot. She would always accuse people for things. Like when the money went missing in season 2, she just straight away thought it was Chloe. Please can you say Alex 4 times? Alex, 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 Alex. Yeah, I've never really liked Miss Kate, to be honest. I feel like she definitely plays her favourites, and she's very quick to judge other people for things. Like when Daniel wanted to leave and he really wanted the solo, she was like, okay, sure. She didn't really understand where he was coming from. Like, I feel like with that, it was more of an internal thing. Like Daniel wanted to prove himself to the studio, and she just took it as more, oh, Daniel just wants to win. Amy is getting too much hate in the in the pin famous situation. She had no idea Piper liked Finn. Perhaps it was naive of her to think that there was nothing between them, since in season 6 she was on the team long enough to see how much Finn liked Piper, but that doesn't make her a bad person. She was asked out by someone she enjoyed spending time with, and so she said yes. Absolutely. Like Amy, I feel like Amy has no negative part in this situation whatsoever. If someone asks you out and you like them, say yes. Why should you? Like, if Piper explicitly said she didn't like Finn, even if Amy had the hint that she was maybe pretending, that's not Amy's job to sacrifice her happiness to maybe accommodate Piper if she likes Finn. So yeah, I agree completely. I want Amy and Henry to be together again. Their story started from season 6 and they stopped them too fast to see what would happen. I would say yes if Henry didn't get with Summer and if Amy hadn't got with Finn, but I feel like they've both moved on now. So to bring up old drama is a bit like recycling to me, and it's a bit like, could you not think of anything else? In season 1, when Emily was auditioning and Chloe was like, her flexibility is insane, I was like, I'm not going to agree actually, because in season 1 we hadn't seen much. Like, I'm pretty sure Emily auditioned before Giselle as well. So if Chloe had watched Giselle then watched Emily, she might not have said that. But yeah, compared to the A-Troopers now, Emily's flexibility wasn't insane. I wish we could have had some Emily and Rochelle scenes in season 6 and 7, since they both clearly love the studio and they stay despite their ambitions. Absolutely. I thought that once Rochelle made A-Troop and Emily was involved, they'd have a few scenes together, but they just haven't really. So yeah, I feel like that was a fully wasted opportunity. Amy should just say single for what? There's so many about Amy being single. Talia shouldn't have been so involved in Eldon in season 3. I like them as a couple, but we never really saw her interact with anybody else. I feel like we did. I feel like she spoke to everyone else. It just wasn't, there wasn't a big plot around her making friends or anything. So I'm going to disagree. I just feel like Talia's storyline was okay. Her focus was on Eldon, but yeah, I don't feel like it took anything away from her character. The juice bars should stop changing. I like the juice bars changing, personally. I feel like it's a fresh thing to do. I just feel like it needs to be a bit more consistent, because at one point they said that they keep going bankrupt, yet it's the same owner, it's Patricia. And I found out the other day that the actress who plays Patricia is Kira Graves' mom. That's like Leia and Patricia. I wish they'd had a scene together, you know? Oh, Leia from Lost and Found, by the way, not The Next Step. Summer didn't deserve to be dance captain in season 7 because no one voted for her. And she is not good at giving corrections. Rochelle would be able to do that for sure. Rochelle would be able to give corrections, but at that point where they chose the dance captain, Rochelle wasn't a good candidate in my opinion. And also, no one voted for Rochelle to be dance captain in season 5. No one voted for Piper to be dance captain in season 5, yet Michelle made her. No one voted for Emily. No one voted for Amanda in season 2 to be dance captain, Miss Kate just made her. So I didn't really get that when Rochelle was like, no one even voted for Summer. Like, no one's ever voted for dance captain, really. It's just been when they voted for Noah. And no one even voted for her in season 5. So it's like she just forgot that. Cassie was so underrated. They could have given her a storyline. She was never late, she never caused drama, and she was a great dancer. Didn't deserve to be alternate. I agree. I feel like her storyline about, you know, her just not having a filter was really dry, to be honest. I feel like she could have had a lot more to do with her insecurity of being tall, because that's really relatable. Like, even I've been, I can relate to that, because when I did my degree, in my first year in particular, I hated wearing my leotard and tights because I looked so long, because I have quite long arms and obviously I have long legs because I'm tall. So I would have really related to that as well. Yeah, I feel like so much could have been done with her character. Michelle and Eldon were a boring couple and had no chemistry. I agree they were boring. I just felt like it was very cutesy though. It was very early teen relationship, so I'm not gonna knock it for that. It was very innocent. Well, not innocent because it was behind Emily's back, but you know, like it's typical pre-teen relationship. I do think they had a bit of chemistry though. It was cute to watch. I feel like Kingston and Lily's relationship is very weird. I feel like it wasn't really the best idea for them to become a couple and then at one point break up and then get back together. I feel like it's just scenes to fill up the episodes, which I'm not really happy about. Yeah, I don't like the plot, but in 7B they haven't yet broken up. The newest episode is out today.
Kingston and I wanted to have one last dance. This is the saddest dance I've ever done.
Oh, yeah, it is really weird. I would have liked them to execute it a bit better. There's currently a lack of contemporary male dancers on the show. There's only hip-hop dancers. We need another Daniel, Eldon or Noah type dancer. Actually, yeah, I would like to see the team be a bit more versatile. Everyone's pretty much the same kind of dancer. I feel like Rochelle is the only one that stands out as being different in a way. I think season 7B is going to be one of the best seasons the Next Step has ever had. The storylines are great and there is a real life feeling of anticipation as we are adventuring into unknown territory, which is Dance Mania. This twist was really good as the whole regionals, nationals, internationals thing was getting repetitive. No one saw it coming. I hope they focus on Rochelle's character growth. I liked that they did the twist because, like you said, it was getting a bit repetitive and I was excited to see how they were going to do it this season. So I like the idea of them doing something different. I just feel like it's not been executed the best, like I said earlier about it being too similar to World of Dance and stuff. I don't feel like it's going to be one of the best seasons we've ever had though. I've said so many like critical things of it so far. I feel like the plot is a bit lackluster, it's not giving me excitement, it's annoying me quite a lot. There's so many things that are annoying me. Yeah, but I respect your opinion, you're obviously entitled to it, so it's fine. I do want them to focus on Rochelle's character growth though. I just feel like it might be a bit too late. It's like when you plant a plant in a pot and you start growing it and you keep watering it every day and giving it plant food and stuff, and then you just forget about it for a while and it starts to wilt and start to die, and then suddenly you're like, oh, I pretty need to water that, and it doesn't work because you've left it too late. That's how I feel Rochelle's character is going to be. That was a really good analogy. I'm really proud of that. TNS is slowly becoming more tailored to little kids. I agree. Okay, this is going to be our final one. People hated Daniel because he betrayed A-Troop, but Summer did the exact same thing and isn't getting that much hate. I'm trying to think how Daniel betrayed the team. I don't feel like Daniel ever betrayed his team because he left. Is not obligated to be friends with the Next Step or anything. He's not associated with them anymore. I also though don't feel like Summer betrayed the team. I feel like what she did was just out of frustration, because obviously you have to imagine being in Summer's shoes. I feel like people kind of forget that. Like, you need to put yourself in the character's shoes and then imagine how they must be feeling. So with Summer, she's just been given dance captain, but Rochelle is in a mood because she feels like she deserved it even though she didn't. So automatically Summer's going to be doubting herself because of that. Then she has to choreograph this dance and dancers aren't doing as well as she thought, and she doesn't really have the nerve to tell them that they're doing wrong, which is hard for her because she's a naturally nice person. She wants to be positive all the time, even if that is a weakness, and obviously it needed to be done, so she was wrong for not correcting Henry on that. But that's just a flaw of her and she needs to learn. Not everyone's going to be perfect at being dance captain first time. Then obviously she made this cool routine and people weren't really enthusiastic about it. Like, I feel like if they didn't like it, they could have just said to Summer, oh, maybe we should do this instead. And Summer probably would have said, yeah, we'll change it to that. But no one spoke up and said they didn't like it. Then Rochelle just came in and changed it, even though Cleo said it would be fine. Rochelle, no, she's not old enough to know that that's not the right thing to do. Rochelle was very much in the wrong for that, I feel. Especially teaching A-Troop and A-Troop going along with it. Like, they know that's not the right thing to do either. I understand why Summer would be upset and offended and really angry, and she'd want to prove herself to the team. So by going as a soloist to Dance Mania, I'm guessing she went with the intention to prove to A-Troop that she is good enough for Dance Mania, because they didn't think that she was, obviously, and her choreography wasn't. But if she got in, then it would prove that she was. I don't feel like Summer betrayed the team. I also don't feel like Daniel betrayed the team. Maybe that's my unpopular opinion. Don't know. This was a really fun video. I enjoyed hearing what you guys had to say. Please don't have arguments in the comments down below. If someone has an opinion you disagree with, just be like, I respect your opinion, but here is mine. That is fine. That's a healthy argument debate thing. Like I said, I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did. Leave a dislike if you didn't like it. I don't mind anymore, it's absolutely fine. Comment down below anything you'd like and make sure you subscribe, because I'm posting every Wednesday and Sunday while the UK is in lockdown. Sometimes I'm posting on Tuesdays and Thursdays too, so turn those notifications on and then you'll know when I'm uploading. I'll see you on Wednesday for a new video. Bye!